Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Michael Carbone. I'm a business and immigration attorney in Staten Island, New York. And today I want to talk about how using a false or fake identity can prevent you from seeking immigration benefits in the United States. If you have a question about this topic, please drop a comment below. Otherwise, if you'd like to set up a legal consultation, visit us at carboneattorneys.com. We have a button in the top right corner of our website. Click it, fill it out, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So the basis of this video is really touching upon one of the grounds of inadmissibility. This really is a basis for the government denying you entry or the ability to stay in the United States. The specific ground of inadmissibility is falsely claiming U.S. citizenship for any purpose or benefit under the INA, the immigration laws, or any federal, state, or local laws. Now, for anyone that entered the country outside of a lawful port of entry or at an airport, or anyone that has overstayed their visa, it can be very tempting to seek out and procure a false identity in order to work in the United States. Now, obviously, if you are a US citizen or you have the authority to work in the US, you have access to higher paying jobs, and you would be able to make more money certainly than if you did not have work authorization or a green card or, being a citizen. So when it comes to falsely claiming to be a US citizen, the government takes this very seriously. There are significant and severe consequences to this ground of inadmissibility. In fact, if you are found to have falsely claimed to be a US citizen or you admit to being one previously on any immigration application, it does act as a permanent bar to securing permanent resident status in the United States. That means obtaining a green card, adjusting your status. If you've made a false claim, you are permanently barred. Now, when it comes to determining whether there was a false claim to US citizenship, the government will look to three questions. First, was there a false claim to US citizenship on or after September 30th, 1996. This can be done verbally, on paper, on a job application, during a police stop, applying for a driver's license. There are many opportunities where you can be accused of claiming to be a US citizen on a form or when you were being interviewed. Next, the government will look to see if the representation was false. This is easy. Were you actually a US citizen at the time or were you not? That component is quite self-explanatory. However, some people may be under the impression that they were a US citizen when they were not. Maybe one parent was a US citizen or they were told they were a US citizen from birth. This section can get complicated given the circumstances of your situation. And finally, the government will look to see if the false claim was made for any purpose or benefit under the immigration laws, federal, state, or local laws. What does this look like? This could be a multitude of things. This could be applying for a job. This could be during a police stop to avoid deportation or being placed into removal proceedings. Now, one component that can make a difference between a false claim and a simple mistake is whether there was a timely and voluntary retraction of the false claim. So in an example, you are applying for a job and you fill out an I-9 form, you check off US citizen, you hand in the form, and then, relatively shortly after, you say, actually, I'm sorry, I think I filled that out wrong, and you take the form back. That's an example of a timely and voluntary retraction. Now, if you are accused of making a false claim, it's most likely too late. For example, if you submit paperwork to apply for a green card and USCIS says, we have evidence that you claim to be a US citizen, you cannot retract at that point. It's way too late. Now, when it comes to the consequences for falsely claiming US citizenship, as I've stated previously, they can be quite dire. I mean, frankly, if it's proven that you have made a false claim, it is an outright permanent bar to seeking permanent residence in the United States. You can't get a green card. You can't adjust, which is, probably one of the worst. However, you can also be criminally charged. Under federal law, it is a crime to falsely claim to be a US citizen. And obviously, if you're in a scenario where you're applying for benefits and you admit to falsely claiming US citizenship, or you're accused of doing that and you can't prove that you didn't, you can be referred to ICE and placed into removal proceedings. So in conclusion, using a false identity can seriously impact your ability to apply for and receive immigration benefits in the United States. Ultimately, you want to avoid this at all costs. I mean, I understand that people are placed in circumstances that force them to do this. However, the consequences far outweigh the benefits in the short term. If you like this video and you want to see more, please like, subscribe, and I'll keep making them.